Bella, welcome to Bellauncinettocrafts. I'm Christina, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. Today we are going to Taormina in Sicily. We are walking through some of the areas in the piazza. I'm trying to make sure I say the name right. Just a second. Okay, my apologies. It was not the piazza. It was the Corso Umberto I. So it's the first Umberto course or street. And we are walking along and we come to a piazza, which is a square, where we see a church, and we did get permission to go in and take some pictures. I thought some of these things were interesting and beautiful in their own artistic right, as well as any religious symbolism that you may associate with it. So there were some very interesting carvings and other pieces there. We are going along after we leave the church down the Corso Umberto and going through several shops we stopped at, but you're not going to see a lot of those because our main focus was the ancient theater or Teatro Greco. And this little shop here was the Pinocchio shop. If you've ever seen Pinocchio, you know that Geppetto is an Italian puppeteer, and so it is set in Italy, so there are lots of relationships there. It was a brilliant shop, lots of little children's toys, so that was very fun. There were also some amazing views as we were walking down. There was also another little square or like sitting area where they had those lenses that you could look out. And I unfortunately did not have any coins on me to be able to look through them. But even just off of the balcony, there were some amazing views of the ocean, which are coming up now. And they were very beautiful. It was a warm, sunny day when we went. The day this is airing is not the day that we went, but it was still beautiful nonetheless, and very peaceful to walk around. There were lots of shops. It's very much a tourist location, but there were also some very lovely sites that were inherently Italian. So here we are coming to the theater, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about the theater. I'm not going to read a whole lot. You can look it up. I will put a link if you're interested in learning more about it. So you can, from different points in the theater, you can see Mount Etna and the Bay of Naxos, or Noxus, I'm not sure how you say that, Naxos, to the Calabrian coast with the Strait of Messina. So we were going towards Messina, going to Taormina. So we are on that coastline of Sicily. This theater is presumed to be Hellenistic in origin, which is of Greek culture. There are some stone blocks that suggest that was the origin of it. Some inscriptions on the steps of Felicity, the wife of Hieron II, probably the person who commissioned the construction of the theater. So the temple belongs to the Hellenistic age as well. The theater has gone through several renovations and reconstructions. When we were there, there was a lovely woman who was playing the violin for probably an hour and a half. I don't know her name. She had fabulously brilliant red hair, and she was amazing on the violin. It was beautiful and haunting and magical and all of those things. You did have to pay to get into the theater. Adults have to pay, and then 18 and under are free. So we didn't necessarily pay for the concert, but she was obviously scheduled to be there. But as we were walking around, I think we missed the announcement. But this theater was essentially abandoned until the Middle Ages. And then it became a residence. And then during the time of the Grand Tour, places like this island that you see here were part of all of the regional sites that people would go on. And here is a video that is sort of a panoramic view from the theater. There's a little balcony there. It was very, very beautiful. They also have a little bookstore there that had a little museum. Did not show you pictures of that. That's a part of the theater you can see from where I was at the bookstore, sort of the whole side of it. And then starting in the 17th century, it became more of a tourist experience where it went through more restorations, and you can see a lot more has been done. There is also links to the Roman period, where you have remains of the Roman calendar and other pieces that you see there in the little museum. And there was a lovely little snack shop there that we stopped at as well, right there by the island that you saw previously. And all in all, it was very beautiful. You did have to be very careful walking. So if you are in a wheelchair, it is wheelchair accessible. There are ramps, but you can't go up to the very top, around the top as we did. You can go into the stage area and see that way, but there's not any way to get up all the way up to the top if you are wheelchair bound. But you can still have a really great experience going to the bookshop and other places like that. There are ramps to get up to those areas, so you can experience it in that way still. But as always, I appreciate your time. I hope that you're doing well, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella.